This is public access signals from the other side, the night of the bone wolves. All other mysteries are paused. The events that are on timers on those mysteries will not be moving forward for today. They are still doing their thing, but you are not penalized for not working on those mysteries because you do not have the ability to work on those mysteries today. Today is Night of the Bone Wolves. The big man came to you all in a shared dream. He was impossibly tall, long-limbed and gangly. His head was engulfed by a ball of white-hot fire. He explained to you that a group of beings called the Great Hungers are going to invade the house on Rodenbecker Street tonight in order to, quote, make you touch the pure white signal. You don't have much time to prepare a defense. Indeed, you don't have much game time to prepare a defense either. You have until exactly 2:30 Eastern before the dusk phase begins, which then leads to the night phase. The complexity of the question first is, how can we defend the house on Rodenbecker Street from the Great Hungers? The complexity is 10. It is 10 because you watched a tape in Dolores Rodenbecker's house in her room that also made her a Great Hunger, which is why it's harder. And so, complexity 10, the dusk phase happens in less than 2 hours, and you need at least 5 clues to be able to answer the question. Otherwise, you will not be able to even answer the question. To make matters even more complicated, Nathan's clues don't count. So,
fuck you.
Unless Nathan manages to come back from the chromatic desert before answer a question. So, let's get started. You all wake up the next morning. Casey and Elliot had the same dream. They are aware of it as well. And Elliot says, what are we going to do?
Well, I mean,
Get guns.
what?
Sean, you should probably
No.
go talk to the sheriff that likes you.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that, but I really don't think he's going to just give us guns.
If you ask nicely.
I would.
Also, who says he had to give it to you?
Moving on.
I would really prefer there not be guns for personal reasons, but that's fine. We can, I don't know. Ashley shows up with knives and blood all the time. I'm sure she's fine.
Nathan's in the background. He says, Elliot, tell them about, you've seen Home Alone, right? Did that come out before you disappeared?
He's like, duh.
Okay, tell them about Home Alone.
So, Nathan, he's the sad ghost that is currently haunting the house. He thinks that we should do this Kevin McAllister style.
Oh,
That worked. Oh man, how cool would that movie have been if he had a gun though?
no, bad.
Probably
It would have been a
sure.
bad movie.
Hairspray and lighters.
I think he did have that.
Heavy objects that fall from the stairs.
I have kettlebells.
That works. That works. Everything like glass, mugs, if we just crush them up, put them in a big bucket, and then the bucket falls. Or we just all over the floor. I don't know if these big hungers need to walk. It doesn't sound like they do, but if they do, glass and broken mugs all over the floor.
Oh,
I mean, I can hit something with my laptop. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it
Do you
is.
think maybe this is all like connected to TVs and stuff, right? What if your laptop can play, I don't know, like a frequency or a video or a noise that they can't stand?
I mean, I could put on
Disable the cameras?
like theme music or something. That could be cool.
I mean, at least it's great for morale.
The first step is to look around the house and figure out your plan of attack. So the way this works is you get clues, but the clues are not really clues so much as they are opportunities to build a plan around, right? And when you answer a question, what you're essentially going to be doing is what you're doing right now, talking about how you're going to like actually stop the invasion. But first things first, you have to see what supplies you have. You have to see what the house is like. You have to see what places can be defended or need to be defended. You need to see which side characters might be able to help you out that are out there. There's all kinds of like ways to do this. Nathan, you can be doing these things as well. Unfortunately, your clues will not help if you do not come back from the chromatic desert somehow.
I have a plan.
All right, then. So we'll start with you, Nathan. What do you do?
Well, the first thing Nathan's going to do, I mean, he's going to be exhausted trying to just waylay things through or get things communicated through Elliot. I think, and very sadly, like Nathan is like standing off to the side, outsider looking in at the people he once knew as friends, and this Sean guy are like, he's like, he kind of like stands off to the side, like just moping. This is the worst scenario for him. He's literally ignored and can't do anything about it, and he can't help, but he gets the idea. This is a weird idea, but he gets the idea nonetheless. I'm gonna stack some moves here to see if this gets me some things. I'm gonna first of all use the Wandering Monolith because I actually want to go. I want to go back and meet the big man, and I figure that if he appeared to us in dreams, I'm already kind of in between worlds, so maybe I can just kind of go to him in this in-between space. I want to go if that means I need to go to sleep again, fine, but I want to go commune with him.
We can make that happen. Sean, I believe I owe you something for The Truth Is Out There, correct?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
When you wake up, when you go right in the middle of this conversation about guns, you find a sawed-off shotgun waiting for you, tied with a purple velvet bow. And it says, the note says, sometimes my help needs to be a little less subtle. And that is your clue. It can be used for any mystery, but I recommend you use it for this one.
Yeah, probably going to do
that. That you are on your way. So, Nathan, you're going to go seek out the big man. Love that. Ashley, what are you going to do?
I'm kind of torn between either looking at what we have in the house or going to talk to side characters. But I'll look in the house first and gather.
Where specifically you're going to go?
I think, yeah, as she said, I'm going to take like all the sharp objects we have. I'm going to crush glass. I'm going to like tape it to the end of a broom, make weapons, that kind of thing. Set up
I like
traps.
Yeah, that works for me. Let's go ahead and... So I think maybe you need to look for a spot for a trap. So let's do the meddling move and see if you can find a good place to put such a trap. Go ahead and roll with, I think it's probably reason.
That sounds fair. Well, let me see. All right. Oh, that's a 12.
Oh, very good. I'll give you a bonus of Okay, I'll tell you 2 spots for this trap as your bonus, which is 2 clues. The first is, there's a hallway that connects all the rooms. And if the Great Hungers come in and are chasing you through the hall, they have to cross through that hallway. You all will need to wear good shoes, but otherwise, assuming that the Great Hungers don't have good shoes or otherwise susceptible to it, that hallway, that central passageway is a terrific place to put a sharpened glass caltrop trap. The other good place to put it is essentially right in front of the, like on the outside in the front door and the back door for any who try the doors. Those are 2 clues. Along with your shotgun, you're up to 3. Not bad. Doing well. Topher, what do you do?
Topher is, I think gonna go back to the holistic juice bar because that is the one group of people that they know will just instantly believe what is happening here.
I love it. What are you going to try to do? Get them to like help somehow?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna go and specifically talk to the owner and be like, "Hey, do you want to help, you know, break more time loops?"
I love it. We'll have that scene and I'll give you a roll from it. Sean, what are you going to do?
I think he will be trying to reach out to the sheriff. And also, I'd like to try to make a trap too.
Very good. What kind of trap and where do you think you want to put it? Or what kind of trap are you thinking?
So I owe this horrific fridge horror idea to a friend of mine. Sean's going to get a pot of honey from the fridge, let it warm up a little bit, and fill it with thumbtacks.
Okay.
And then set it up to pour when someone opens the front door.
Oh, to pour the honey on them with thumbtacks. Oh, very nice. Good. I like it. That sounds really good. So one of the options here is you do get to write your own idea for a clever trap. So let's just do the meddling move to see if you have earned this ability.
With
reason.
Reason?
It is indeed reason.
10.
10. Nice. It will work. That is another clue. The thumbtack honey trap ready to go. Now, I will tell you that once you answer the question, how can we defend the house on Rodenbecker Street from the Great Hungers, it allows you to resolve the mystery by first capturing the Great Hungers during their assault and then destroying them. So there's a capture and then a destroy component to the resolution. So keep that in mind. The big man. The big man can only be found in dreams. His disposition is all-knowing and benevolent. Indeed, he appears in your dream as he did in your previous dream, immense, godlike, with a face that burns like the sun. You are just a tiny thing before him in this strange realm that he exists in. What do you say? What do you do?
I think Nathan walks forward a little bit, just looking up at this immense figure, and just kind of like glances off around him, and then just kind of says, hello, you look well, better than the last time I saw you. I mean, I think.
He speaks with a voice that is warm and radiant and seems to fill this cavernous space that you find him in. I have reached the garden, where the old ones play like children and make war on each other like children do. It is the birthplace of all, but it is threatened by storm clouds forming in the distance. I will do my best to burn those clouds away, to keep the garden a place of goodness and wonder and delight. For if I do not, the old ones will remember who they really are, and that would be a terrible calamity indeed.
Kind of blinks and like looks down. He knows what he wants to ask in relation to helping his friends, but the first question that comes to his mind before he gets to that is, what is happening to us? What has this all been for?
You are no longer the fool. Perhaps you never were. You are now the high priestess. You are prepared more than ever for your journey into the deep places. But you must first get past the guardians at the gate. The gate is your home, which will be assaulted.
Yes.
As I have already explained to you.
Yes. I want to know more about these things, these great hungers. I've seen old caves. I've dreamt of old caves, of old signs in those caves. I want to see. I want to see what you can show me. I want to see what the people that came before us drew, wrote, said, everything. Let me see it.
Make the move.
And if I can, I'd like to stack this with my you never know what you're going to get move. It is like research of like seeing the signs of like old cave drawings and like researching like
Oh, very
the Great
interesting.
Hungers.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Oh, when you do background research once per session, you can I'll count this as old records.
Yeah.
You find an additional clue, even on a miss.
Yep,
And then the
cool.
move itself with the Wandering Monolith, it's just the meddling move, but with different results. So you can do so with sensitivity.
Yep. Do I have disadvantage at all?
No.
Okay. That's an 11.
Very nice. On a 10 plus, you gain 2 clues. And then you get 3 because of you never know what you're going to get. I think the clues is just going to be 1 clue. It's going to operate with the power of 3 clues, which is quite simply, it's not, well, it is 3 clues. It's not quite enough. It is the true name of 3 of the Great Hungers, which is necessary for the banishment. The true name, I will let you as players determine what the true names are. But the true names don't have to be like literal names. They can just be descriptive bits or ideas or concepts, right? But that is how you can dispatch 3 of them for sure, once you capture them. Tover, the diner is much as you remember it, the juice bar, the converted diner. And I think when you arrive while the group is doing a sort of prayer circle. And they stop and turn to you. And I have to actually pull up the names of these characters. I don't remember the names. That's Starlight Kingdom, right? Yeah. Crystal Starseed, the juice bar owner, she says, "Ah, hello. I believe we've met, yes?"
We have. You were one of the only people who could see me when I was stuck in a different dimension.
That happens a lot. Fortunately.
You know what? I'm sure it does, actually.
It happens a lot. And fortunately, I have a lot of experience with contacting people who have gone over to the other side, if you know what I mean. Though you are certainly more corporeal.
I think it was not the big other side, but maybe the middle side, if that makes sense.
Well, we're happy you're here now. Do you want to join our circle?
Actually, so I'm sure that you've noticed all of the weird shit that goes on around here, right? My house is about to be assaulted by 4 demigods, I think. Gods, maybe? I'm kind of unsure. Could really use all the help I can get to muster a defense against that, because if they, take over the house, I'm pretty sure the world's gonna end.
Do the meddling move with sensitivity.
All right.
Let me take a look at your conditions. You're okay.
That is also an 11.
The dice are very kind today. Coming through in a pinch. They say, Crystal says, we've actually been involved in a number of cleansings. I have personally cleansed over a dozen homes in this area. I usually like to do sage smudge and smoke, but I also know some more powerful rituals. We could come by. I think everybody here would love that. Come by and say some prayers over the house, maybe create a healing circle.
Sure, maybe inside the house though.
Of course, yes.
Cool.
Should we bring anything? Maybe we could make it a little potluck.
I guess as much running water as you can get. I'm not sure how these things work. I think that's like a Fae thing.
Say, we'll take care of everything. Don't
Awesome.
you worry. In the meantime, your aura
It's gonna be, like,
seems a little
dangerous.
dim. Your aura seems a little dim. Would you like to have a little boost?
You know what? Sure. Fuck it. Why not?
Oh, excellent. I think Dune Glow will do the trick. And she goes and to the smoothie machine and makes you a Dune Glow.
Do you do like pup cups for Mr. W? Could I get one of the? Do you do that?
They will. They will put a little bit of whipped cream in a cup for you. So that's your other clue, which is the help and assistance of the people of
The juice cult?
the fifth dimension holistic beverages and supplies. They're going to stop by and help out. How many clues do you have to so far?
I think 8.
Wow.
Yeah, this makes 8.
This was much easier than I thought it was going to be. You're burning right through it. That's great. All right. Well, in that case, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Indeed it is. Let's check back in with Ashley and Sean, who did not go anywhere yet. So, Sean, what's going on?
Last night when the sheriff and Mark were over, they said they'd talk in the morning. I think Sean's going to be calling that chip in.
To the sheriff.
Yep.
He says, "Oh, hey, Sean, how's it going? I'm sorry if things got a little weird last night. It was kind of awkward.
It was, yeah. And
I'm not used to like this sort of like, I'm not used to these sort of like artistic stuff. I'm a simpler guy.
Right. And I like that about you a lot. But
big fan of Duck Hunter. You know Duck Hunters? That show.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Surprising. Anyway, we we could use some help of a marshal kind of sort.
Well, partner, I'm a sheriff, not a marshal, but I can definitely help you out. That's my job. Well, what's going on?
Oh boy, this is you're gonna have to just go with me on this because it's going to sound crazy. And it is a little bit crazy, but we're going to be attacked tonight. The house is going to be attacked tonight by some of the weird stuff in town, like you know how Casey's a kid and Elliot's back, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I tried to put some of that out of my head last night. I mean, is this the kind of thing that, I mean, should I bring backup? Like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, that wouldn't hurt. I think there's
Sean,
a pretty good chance.
How much sleep did you get last night?
Not enough, probably. I had it. Look, this is serious, and there's a really good chance that people are going to die tonight.
Make the meddling move.
Sis presence.
Yeah. Let me take a look at your stuff.
So I took just say no.
Oh, what does that do?
Which makes me I'm especially good at dealing with cops and their bullshit.
Okay, very good. Why is that?
So whenever otherwise have to get out of a sticky situation involving the law enforcement, hoping to involve the law enforcement in this sticky situation.
Yeah, I'll take
that
it.
would give me an advantage.
You can take it. Go ahead. I like it.
That's a 12.
Nice. Very good. Making really good time here. He says, okay, Sean, I'll come by and I'll bring a couple of the deputies with me, and we'll keep an eye on the place for you. Would that make you feel better?
That's a start. Yeah. Just make sure they're aware things are going to get weird and dangerous.
He's like, the only thing I ask is you go out and grab us some Lottaburger.
Okay.
Can't do a stakeout on an empty stomach.
I'm kind of disappointed you didn't ask for donuts, but I'll get burgers.
Good. Yeah. So I think your clue is just the clue in this context. The bonus that you're getting is you have the sheriff, and he's brought backup. That's the bonus. So still just one clue though. Okay. So then, Ashley, what are you doing?
Ashley is going to hit up Emily for any information about Deep Lake's nature, about anything like herbs, whatever that can like fend off fae and witches and like dark evils and that kind of stuff, because she gives an extra clue if I do that.
Oh, nice. Let's see here. Ashley, is this one of your moves?
No, it's the Emily, because we took Emily
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
from a
Oh,
reward,
yeah,
and then she
that's
gives
right.
like extra clues.
That's right. What is she? She's on
She's from the Deep Lake.
Deep Lake.
We have her in the Degoya County tab if you want to just
Oh,
look
okay.
at
That's
that.
what I was wondering where all that was living. Ah, very good. Oh yeah. Related to Deep Lake's natural environments. Oh, interesting. So so you can go find her. She's at camp. It's still summer. She says, "Oh, hey,
Hi, it's been a while.
it's been a minute."
Say,
Yeah.
I had this really fun project that I'm doing. It's like, like how to fend off witches and evil. And I've done a
Okay.
lot of research that there's like a lot of Deep Lake that like helps. And I was like thinking if you could help me find some of the herbs and the flowers and whatever, and then maybe it could be like a tour for the kids, because like kids love witches, right?
Oh, okay. Like a kind of like a little nature hike,
Yeah,
but
but like a teamed one.
mm,
And then
yeah,
they
I think the
like
kids might
make
enjoy
the
that.
little wards and stuff. That sounds fun.
Yeah, okay. That sounds fun. Yeah, let's do it. I love that. And you can go ahead and make the meddling move here. These would normally not be meddling moves. They would be like day and night move, but for this particular Night of the Bone Wolves, they're meddling moves.
With presents or
With presents, yeah.
oh, that's a 10.
Nice. And so you'll be spending the rest of the day on the hike while she goes, she takes the kids out, and she managed to go on the internet. Like, you had to go on the internet first to look up some research because she doesn't know anything about this stuff for starters. But and then she kind of cross-referenced it with like plants and things and trees of the local area. And she's like, okay, I think we've got this. Let's do the 2023 Pine Rock Ridge Witches Brew nature hike. And you go out with the kids, and and you're like gathering verbena, and she's pointing out things like they're like poison berries or whatever. They're just like unripened berries that you shouldn't be eating, that kind of thing. And I'll let you define the clues, but she does find you'll find like two really like helpful plant matters here that could help you in your defense of the house. You can decide what they are. And I think that puts us at 1, 2, quite a lot of clues. Like 11, I think. So
currently.
yeah.
Oh, wait, 11, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably like, I mean, this might be it. I don't know if you want to do any more.
Sean has a Christmas present to open under the most dire circumstances.
Oh, nice. Very good. Do you want to
And
go ahead and open that
Topher-
and say what it is?
I think so. I think it's going to be anyone have any suggestions for this?
For the what's in the like open under the most dire circumstances box.
Yeah.
It's a box set of all the Ninja Turtle seasons to distract Leo.
I have a spin on that might be interesting. I think that's ostensibly what it is, but specifically, it is tape that can recapture a great hunger. It's like you can like get them sucked into the tape.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Ooh.
I like that. That's really good. That'll help you deal with the fourth one that you don't have the name of. Good. I love it. Well, that's 12 clues then, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so that seems like plenty. You have a little bit of extra time here if you just want some scenes before we go to desk phase.
Topher would like to try and get Father Regalio in on this too.
Oh yeah, he kind of counts as a demon, right? Yeah, you can go talk to him, or the Great Hungers count as demons.
We haven't yet figured out if Father Ahelio is a ghost yet, but we'll get there.
That's a good point. Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah.
He's something.
Because only
Yeah.
Topher has spoken with him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you find him at the church, and he says, Topher Fontenot, how are things going? I heard about the incident with Daryl.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the Lord would necessarily approve of violence like that, but I suppose if there is an exception to be made, Daryl Rodenbecker is it.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. I might need. Well, I don't know if. What about violence against demons?
He says, I see. So you think
Not Daryl.
You think that Linnea might be possessed by a demon then?
Oh, well, I mean, maybe. That's not what I'm here about, though. I'm pretty sure that our house is about to be attacked by 4 demons tonight, and I would really love some help. That?
He says, if this were anywhere else but Nagoya County, I would say that you are, well, we're in Nagoya County, so I don't have anything going on tonight. I suppose I could stop by and sprinkle some holy water at your door, if that would make you feel
Sure.
better.
You might want to bring, like, whatever you can to bear. I don't know if, like, is there, like, an extra big exorcism? Is that a thing? Can I supersize an exorcism?
He says, I have a lot of experience battling the forces of the devil. And even though I'm not sure I have the power of God in this place, creatures from the ancient host, they recognize the signs and symbols. There is still power in them.
Cool. All right. This is gonna be all right. We're cool.
If he does help you with something tonight, you will get advantage on that roll. So, okay. Any other scenes?
I would like a small one with Sean. Sort of
I will note that Nathan's clues still don't count at this
Yeah.
point.
You want to do that first?
No, by all means, go ahead. I'll save it for
Okay.
my thing. I'll do next.
I think this is sort of like all the way back to when Ashley was making the glass trap So she's going around looking for all the glass. She's, smashing all the mugs. But then in her room, she finds this weird mug that has "I'm sorry, I'm bad with words" on it. And she looks at it and she doesn't remember where she got it. But it's glass, so she takes it and smashes it. And when she does, she watches it broken. And there's this, out of nowhere, this feeling of deep, deep loss. Like you just did something unforgivable and she doesn't understand why. And then something even more horrifying happens. Because looking in this box of glass, looking at this word, "I'm sorry," broken now, she starts crying. Thick, warm tears rolling over her cheeks into the bucket. And she doesn't understand why. And she just starts scrubbing at her face frantically to get the tears away, but it just makes her like more agitated. And she just sobs over this mug that she broke.
I think Sean will be preparing the honey tack trap when he hears the crying. The shattering isn't too noteworthy. A lot of things have been broken today, but when he hears Ashley crying, he's gonna approach and just say, "Hey, what's going on?"
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't go away. Go away. I don't want you to see me like this. It's fine. It's fine. I just got something in my eye.
I think he'll see the mug at this point and go, "Oh, hey, we don't have to use this one. Just help me get the pieces out. We can put it back together after."
Just a stupid mug. I don't know why. It's just a stupid mug.
Yeah. The guy that the kids have been talking about, Nathan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't know him. I know you don't know me, but I know him, and you knew him really well. And he gave that to you. And we're gonna get him back, and we're gonna get the mug back together, and we're gonna get this okay again.
I don't know this, Nathan. I don't.
I know, but you will. You will. We'll get him back, and you'll get to know him again, and we'll get to know each other again. All of us. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah. And she like frantically scrubs, probably like her face all red from scrubbing at stars. Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine. Sorry. It's just stressful. I'm fine.
This is a nightmare, Ashley, and it's okay to not be fine, but we can be not fine after, right?
No, it's fine. And I think she will start plucking the pieces out of the bucket.
Yeah, Sean's gonna help.
Very nice. Were there any moves being triggered there?
That felt like a whole swamp of sadness to me.
Yeah, I didn't really think
I don't know if any
about...
nostalgic stuff was happening though. Yeah.
No, not for me at least, I don't think.
Well, Nathan, what's your move here?
Yeah, I think after communing with the big man, which takes up probably most of the day for him, he got so lost in his like research of trying to understand these first peoples and their old writings and what these great hungers are, that he lost all sense of time and realized it's going to be for nothing because he can't even tell the others. But I think he remembers a while ago at this point the dream he had of Deep Lake. And he gets a hunch that he needs to go out there right now and make it quick if he wants to make it back to the house on Rodenbecker Street before the sun sets over the horizon.
We can just go straight there. What
Love it.
happens?
I think he gets to the shores of the lake and he's trying to recollect like what happened. He's like, okay, like trying to like think back to that dream he had of what happened to him. I mean, like this Sean guy returned, so maybe he did something too. What the hell? Like he's like pacing back and forth on the beach. Like, what do I do? What do I do? He's like one of the most annoying things Nathan has developed since getting into the chromatic desert has been that he now only talks to himself kind of like out loud all the time, because he realized, well, no one else can hear me except for Elliot, so I might as well just keep my internal thoughts external. So he's pacing on the beach, just being like, okay, Nathan, think. What do we got to do here? Okay, what did you dream about? You walked into the water and you slit your wrists. Okay, we're not doing that. Maybe it's a metaphor. Art is subjective. Art has meaning. Okay, what happened? And this takes some time, but I think eventually he gets to like the idea of like, okay, in the dream I slit my wrists, but my blood wasn't blood. It was paint. It was ink. It was multichromatic. Okay. And then he like wades out into the water and he's like, oh my God, I'm wearing jeans in the middle of the summer and I'm now wet. This sucks. And he gets out in the water and he's like thinking like, okay, I'm in here. What do I do? He thinks, okay, maybe it literally is a metaphor. Maybe I can get away with not actually pouring a part of my blood or self out to this, but and then the light bulb goes off and he thinks, oh, God damn it. Is this lake really gonna... God damn it. He goes back to shore, grabs his messenger bag, which he's been carrying around with him in the chromatic desert just this whole time, and he rifles through it and he kind of hesitates and he goes, oh, looks at the lake and he just goes, for the record, you fucking suck. And he walks back into the water and pulls out first thing he pulls out is his like art supplies, like literally like tubes of paint, like all of these things he's been carrying with him. And he just begins to like uncap them. He goes, this counts as pollution, but I guess you want this, and just like begins like just squeezing the paint completely out of the thing one after the other. Just hucks his art supplies out into it, and he goes, but I guess that's not going to be enough either. God damn it. Reaches into he pulls out his portfolio, years of collected works of things he's like literal sketches and paintings for his own future ideas for like animated features and series and projects that he was going to start his own studio. And he might still do that, but this is a piece of himself. This whole like collected works of his own like ideas that has taken years. And he just begins to pull out pages, tear them up, throw them in the water, pull, and just throws the entire portfolio away and just says, there, I'm letting go of my past. Is that what you wanted? Can I be a person again? I thought I hated that, but it's actually better than this. Well,
I think you get your answer. So mechanically, you get to unmark the chromatic desert and I think the Fathomless Well, or the Wandering Monolith.
Wandering Monolith, yeah.
Wandering Monolith, yeah. I think you get your answer in the fiction as you're coming out of the lake, and there's a person there fishing, and they're like, hey, I recognize you.
Wait, you can see me? Hello? Hi. Hello. Oh, yeah. He like runs through the water and like runs up and like hugs this person, stopping, like, oh my God.
This old man, this old guy, he's like, I have an incredible memory, photographic memory, and I remember you.
Wait, you do? Oh, that's great.
I do. Yeah, you did yeah, I remember you. You did an interview. You did like a sort of cast and crew interview for the film Treasure Planet.
Yeah, yes, I did. Yes, I did. It was on the special features. Yes.
On the DVD, that's right.
Yes, on the DVD. That's
I got that DVD out of the $5 bin.
I'll take it. I'll take it at this point.
It's too bad about Treasure Planet, huh?
Yeah. Did you know it was an act of actual deliberate sabotage by part of Disney?
Really?
Yeah. They scheduled it during a time window for like the release year that like was intentionally going to underperform because they wanted to cycle out traditional animation, and they didn't want the movie to be made from the get-go. It was a whole thing.
You just keep telling yourself that, son. And He hugs you tighter.
I don't know your name, but thank you. And then he realizes, oh shit, my car doesn't exist. Okay, I'm running back to Rodenbecker.
So you exist at least on some level on the special features of the DVD of Treasure Planet, at least.
I knew that movie would one day be my future.
But it doesn't mean the other housemates are going to remember you. Sean will, but doesn't mean the others are. Elliot will. Very good. Okay, at this point, let's take a 10-minute break. On the break, you need to come up with a basic overall kind of flow of how you're going to capture the Great Hungers and then banish them. And then we'll roll to see if that will work, and then we'll do the night phase. See you in 10. We are presently in the dusk phase. Do we have any moves that resolve in the dusk phase? And there is no decision to be made about what to do tonight. There is only one thing to do tonight.
Survive.
Survive the night. Some of you might not, depending on how the roll goes. But let's answer the question. How can the house on Rodenbecker Street be defended from the Great Hungers? Complexity 10. Who's got a procedure or a general flow? Doesn't mean that's exactly how it's going to go, but at least you have a plan. Having a plan is the key here.
So I've typed up a roughly 7-step plan here.
Okay.
That y'all are free to chime in and edit as you might like. Step 1, wards of thyme and rosemary branches around entrances that we don't want the hungers to use. Step 2 is the honey pot, drop pot above the door that we leave unwarded to funnel them in. Step 3 is to lead them through the glass-laden hallway into a room. And outside the room, this is step 4, someone puts the wreath over the door so that they can't leave the room. Step 5 is that the Juice Cult and Father Regalio begin the banishing ritual or the capture ritual or whatever, using the 3 names. Step 6 is that the sheriff and the backup are going to be inside the room with the hungers to help control them as the rituals are taking place. And step 7 is to keep Leo in place in front of a TV, probably using the shotgun so that then he can watch Ninja Turtles and get eaten.
It's planned.
Fascinating. Yeah.
I think it used most or all of the clues. Seems like it did. So, was this the gift was
shotgun and the honey.
Oh, it did not. That's true. Yeah. The shotgun was to keep Leo there, right?
I think honestly that like if we just have Ninja Turtles playing, that might just get Leo to like sit down and be distracted. Like just especially if we include it's like snacks or something. Because he was hungry after all.
So he's eating the thumbtacks?
Maybe he's eating the honey and thumbtacks.
Yes.
Just
as a snack.
It's like we're using it as a trap, but he's probably gonna end up just be like, ooh, honey, and just be munching on honey and thumbtacks while watching.
Crunch.
Yeah, just fucking blood coming out of his mouth as he's just watching Ninja Turtles.
I do want to point out for the benefit of the viewers of the video that the thing that was in the wrapped box that was to open under dire circumstances was a wreath with boxwood, blackberry, rowan, and ivy, a shield against evil, which is worked into the clue here.
That was mine. That was
that was yours.
Emily. The shotgun was what was in the...
No, the shotgun was left on the door today.
The present was the VHS tape.
That's
Yes,
right. Oh,
yes.
sorry. Okay, got it. I'm confused. Oh, got it. The present was VHS tape, and you have made a wreath with boxwood, blackberry, rowan, and ivy, a shield against evil.
And also we have incense and thyme, which also like banish the spirit, which I think we will also use to like make sure that they come in through like one specific location.
Okay.
So if we're using the tape to capture Leo, that means the true names of the Great Hungers would be for the other 3 that aren't Leo, because that'll be Dolores. Dolores Rodenbecker, I guess, is a Great Hunger now. And Paula Palmer and
Mr. Big Bad.
Mr. Big Bad. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's figure out those true names.
I think Dolores is pretty simple. It's the corpse of Dolores Rodenbecker, right? Because we decided in the last one that she is literally the corpse that didn't get reanimated with her soul when she came back from drowning, right?
True.
I feel like her real name should be something like the Magnificent Performer or something, right? Like she would want something very glorious.
There's a term that I'm right on the cusp of that I like is like a television thing. I think it's it is oh my god, it's a term for like an empty channel, like a blank channel, like on a television, like when you're like flipping, it's just one of the like staticky channels. It's just like those like zero signals, or like I think oh, you know what we established like earlier, like way back when, is that like the Watcher in the water back in like the Deep Lake Lurker, that there was a portal to the pure white signal beneath the lake, and that the Watcher came from that, you know, dimension. Similar concept of, if the Watcher came from there, then what this great hunger is representative of that other side. So just calling her the signal from beneath the waves, like that's its true name, or like, you know, the static beneath the waves, because she drowned there as well.
She drowned, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The static beneath the waves, I think that's pretty good for Dolores. What about Mr. Big Bad and Paula Palmer?
Could Mr. Big Bad just be his true name? He's so bold, he uses it with no
Sure,
fear.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Anyone got ideas for Paula? Because the only thing I can think of is the knife that cuts deep.
I was thinking like the Grand Hostess. Wait, she could be Little Debbie.
No, if anyone's Little Debbie, it's Dolores Rodenbecker.
That might have been her stage name. Right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we've got so what are we going for Paula Palmer?
I like the Grand Hostess.
Yeah, just Mr. Big Bad is Mr. Big Bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have got our names. We have our plan, unless there's any adjustments to the plan.
Not adjustment to the plan, just one thing on Mr. Big Bad I just thought of. I actually want to pull from Old Gods of Appalachia for a second. I think we don't have to write out the whole thing. But I think it's like the idea from, you know, that podcast with like the horned head entity, which its full name is like the thing that sounds like horned head but isn't. It's like what Mr. Big Bad's true name is garbled and distorted. It kind of sounds like it's Mr. Big Bad, but it's not. So it's like that which is Mr. Big Bad but isn't, you know, it's like that kind of like long, like you just interpret it that way. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, it's a +2. Who wants to roll?
I can do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a 7
7.
with the +2.
Your plan is a good one. It may not go exactly as you hope, and it might be a pretty tough fight, but you will have a chance to save yourselves and 26 Rodenbecker Street. You can always bump it up to a 10 to make it an easy challenge or an easier challenge if you all want to turn a key. But this is not the end of the campaign. I will tell you, there's probably a good 3 or 4 sessions after this still. So just keep that in mind. You may need your keys.
I'm always down for a fight.
I would be down to turn a key because then Topher can go back home.
Or or we could save our keys and just have some night moves.
I
I
mean, I imagine we'll get those anyways.
My blank VHS tape can be used here for an automatic 12.
Ooh, that would be so cool.
No, nothing can ever adjust the answer to a question.
Them's the rules, kids.
Alas.
Them's the rules. Sounds like we are not turning keys then. Very well.
Step over here, like being like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Chromatic Desert, and the rest of us are like, no, you're not. Not yet.
Not quite yet. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a real big fight. I will tell you, one or more of you may not survive. So you should probably prepare yourselves for that eventuality. Let's take 5. We'll come back and do the proper Night of the Bone Wolves. Giant horror font on the screen. The Night of the Bone Wolves. Wah! Indeed. It's early evening. Everyone is making their preparations in the house. Nathan, you have to reintroduce yourself to the group. I think we should do that. How do you do that?
He's like he runs up the driveway in just a sweat. He is panting hard. He's just like, oh, God, did my appendix burst? What is that? Oh God, why didn't I let Sean take me to the gym? Oh, fuck. Okay.
Let who?
Who? What? Oh God, what's happening to me? He's gonna like, okay, almost there. Sun's going down. He's runs in and he just bursts in through the front door.
I think Sean is setting up the trap with the kettlebells as a counterweight when the door opens, and he just turns and he sees Nathan. And there's just a moment, and he just grabs Nathan in a big hug.
Ah, fuck. Oh, fuck. Can't breathe. Can't breathe. Can't breathe. Can't breathe.
Sorry. Watch your step, by the way. Careful.
I spray.
You're very damp.
You know how to lake.
You came from the lake.
I came from the lake and then I ran here. It's lake and sweat. Lake and sweat.
Yeah, everybody. Nathan. This is Nathan. Nathan's back.
Elliot says, seems like you didn't have time to hit the gym wherever you were.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Elliot. Fuck you. Yeah, he looks at Sean and says, I don't know who you are, but you know who I am. And I assume we used to know each other.
Yeah. You don't know me in the same way they don't know you.
Okay. Where's Ashley?
Ashley, hey.
What? I'm pouring glass.
When you're done, come down.
Okay, sure. You hear like glass go everywhere, and then Ashley comes down. Oh, hello.
This is Nathan.
Oh. Hi, Nathan.
Hi, Ashley.
Sean's going to just clap Nathan on the back and say, yeah, it really sucks.
You don't know who I am, do you?
Sean thinks that I should know you, but I don't know Sean that well, so he doesn't look like a prankster, but...
Okay, yeah, no, I figured. Okay, well... He was like a big huff and begins he talks as he's walking towards the kitchen. He says, a few days ago, I told you I'm not very good with words, and you told me, no, you're not bad at words. You just have a lot of them, and that's true. Right now, I feel a lot of words inside me, but we don't have the time for me to begin rambling all the things I think I could or should say. And he gets to the kitchen, he opens the drawer, he pulls out just a long knife that he's just holding, and he holds it by his side and clutches it, and he says, so for the time being, I'm Nathan. I think I'm your boyfriend. We kind of need to talk about that. Anyway, let's kill these fucking things before they kill us.
Sure. Let's talk about that later. And then I think she gives him a big smile, and then as soon as she turns away, it completely falls off her face, and she heads back upstairs.
And then he looks at Johnny. He's like, I didn't mean to say anything, and it just kind of came out.
Yeah, you may want to slow your roll a little bit.
I sprinted 10 miles.
Elliot says, I thought you were really smooth, actually.
I flick him on in the head.
Ashley.
Hey guys, what's all the noise about?
What's up, Topher?
Nathan's
Oh.
back.
Oh. Okay, sure. Fuck it.
I've seen the cameras too. It's a whole thing. We'll talk about it later.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, you are doing your glass thing in the hallway. You're at the bottom of the stairs that go up to the second floor. Nobody else is around. And you hear your mother call you from upstairs. Ashley, honey, will you come up here? Your father and I have something to talk to you about.
Mom, I don't have time to kill you today.
Honey, come on up here. I have something really important to give to you. We have to talk.
Is it coming from one of the doors that we didn't ward off?
It's coming from one of the bedroom doors inside
Okay.
the house.
I think she will yell, "Everyone get ready. I think they're here. I'm going to open the door for them." And then upstairs she'll yell, "Sure, Mom. 1 second." And she will head upstairs.
It actually is coming from your room. The door is still closed. She says, "Come on in here, honey."
Ashley very carefully will open the door, but like kind of stay in the hallway so she can back out if she needs to.
It does look like your parents' room. It looks a lot like the scene that we've seen already. Except the woman sitting on the bed facing away from you is not your mom. It's a woman wearing a sort of fuchsia colored blouse and with a neat blonde helmet of hair. And she's still turned away from you and she says, "Come over here, honey. I have something I want to show you."
I have something I want to show you too. Why don't you come over here?
She stands up and turns around, and you see a woman you recognize from one of the tapes. The woman from one of the tapes, the one about the cooking show, the one where you think she murdered all of her guests on that episode. She smiles, porcelain perfect, wearing an apron over her sensible black skirt and pink blouse. She says, "Ashley, honey, how many times have I told you not to leave your things laying around?" And she holds up a bloody knife. She says, "Now, what are you going to do to make it up to me?"
Well, why don't you give it back to me and I'll stick it right where it belongs?
Now. There's no need to play a game here, Ashley. What have we always talked about? We've always talked about being our best self. That's the gift that we can give to the world. I think it's time for you to become your best self again, Ashley. And she's approaching with the knife. You don't even know half the people downstairs.
I don't know you either.
She says, "Don't you, though? We could certainly get to know each other better. We both have similar extracurricular interests, and surely that has to count for something."
I'll think about it.
I want the
Why
night
don't
move
you come
here.
with me first?
I want the night move. What do you fear is going to happen if you lose your nerve or just lose control?
I think she's right. I think a very stressful thing has happened to Ashley and she never wants to cry again. And if she goes with Paula, she'll never have to cry again.
Go ahead and roll with composure.
All right. I'm going to use my iridescent mood ring that like changes to the mood of the people around. And I think like as she's kind of having that debate of maybe she like looked out and it's just like glowing this aggressive red to show her, no, honey, no.
Not good. Yeah. Warning, klaxon.
That's a 10.
Nice. We'll come back to this scene. Topher, the boys have gone off to play a video game in one of the rooms. Not fucking Atari, that's for sure. And you hear them playing and carrying on. And then you hear Casey say, "How'd you even get in here?"
Oh shit. Guys. And yeah, Topher's gonna start walking towards him.
Elliot says, hold on. I'll get you something to eat. Hold on. And he comes out into the hall. He says, hey, one of our friends from whenever, they're here and they're really hungry.
You know what we've been doing like all day, right? Like with the they're called the Great Hungers, Elliot.
He's like,
come on. It's in the name.
Yeah, but it's Leo.
Yeah, he's like the worst one of them.
He's like the little boy that everybody made fun of in school.
Yeah, and then his head split open and he ate people or whatever.
And he's like, that doesn't sound like the Leo I know. From the other side of the door, it's just Casey and Leo in there right now. You hear, I'm hungry. I would like the night move, Topher. What are you afraid is going to happen if you lose your nerve?
Well, Topher's afraid that Leo's gonna eat Casey.
Indeed. I never told Ashley how it was worse then. It's worse than that. He's going to eat Casey and he's going to hide again.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and roll with composure, please. And let me take a look at your... You're actually okay on conditions.
Awesome. I think that Mr. W is going to come in and start like trying to grab Leo so he can't escape.
Okay.
If I can get advantage on that.
Yeah. Just, if nothing else, Mr. W is there for moral support.
Yeah. Ooh, that is 12 plus.
Okay. Very good. The advantage I'll give you is you will be able to make a move on Leo here. You'll have kind of control of the situation. Let's cut back over to the rest of the group for now. Still downstairs. The other two are upstairs. Sheriff Hanscom comes up, knocks on the door. You can see him in the window, Sean. When you open the door, he says, so how's everything going in here? Everything cool? Everything seems okay so far.
Yeah, so far so good. Do you want to come in actually? Maybe bring some of the... I don't know if things are going to be visible from the street. I don't know if they're going to come up from underground or out of the sky.
Okay. Hold on a second. And he kind of looks at you and he sees you, Nathan. He says, oh, hi, I'm Sheriff Hanscom.
Hi, I know.
It's like, oh, have we met?
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't place your face, but
don't blame you. Had a day, it is what it is. Anyway.
So everyone seems to be a little on edge here.
Yeah, there are people invading our house right now.
It's like, and he kind of instinctively puts his hand on his sidearm and he's like, should I be concerned about something? Like, do you need me to
Yeah.
go somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, maybe it would be best if you all just came with me tonight.
Can't do that. There are kids upstairs.
Okay, this situation is getting a little weird.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we should all just, I can tell there's something going on here. I haven't quite been able to put it all together yet.
Mhm.
But I know there's been a lot of weird stuff happening lately, a lot of weird stuff happening specifically at this house last night. And you've got a couple of kids. I still don't feel super comfortable about that. I want to know where are their guardians? I think it might be best if we all just get into the vehicles, the police vehicles, and we go down and just talk this out somewhere safe.
Nathan looks at Sean.
Yeah, Bill, you know what? We will absolutely do that when this is over. At the end of the night.
When what is over?
When we get everyone to safety, because like I said, there are other people in the house, and would you like to come with us so you can help us escort everyone out?
You're gonna have to do a night move here, one of you. Sean, why don't you do it? What are you afraid is going to happen if you can't convince Sheriff Hanscom to not just sort of low-key arrest you all and take you down to the station?
That's going to happen, and while we're being rounded up, the Great Hungers are going to get at us and Bill.
I think it's worse than that. They'll probably pick off. Probably none of the side characters will have a chance. So let's go ahead and roll with composure.
All right. I think I would like to show Bill that he wrote his personal phone number on a note he's not going to remember, and say, look, you gave this to me a couple weeks back. I know you don't remember this, but I need you to know that there is something that you're not remembering, and I need you to trust me for now.
You can roll with advantage.
That's a 13.
All right. He says, okay. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to, I guess technically you are deputized right now.
Right. And that means the sawed-off shotgun's cool too, right? That's good.
He's like, I will check your license for that later. For now, why don't you just go ahead and take it out of my sight and pretend like you never showed it to me for now. And then he says, as a bonus, he's going to say, all right, so take me to, where's the trouble? What's going on to you, Nathan? He says that.
Great question. Upstairs, I think.
He's like, then let's go upstairs. And
do I have to go? Okay.
Watch your step.
Yeah, watch your step. We made traps.
Is this glass?
Yeah.
What? Okay. All right. And he's reluctantly going upstairs to check on things for you. Ashley, you got a 10. She says, I find nothing makes me feel more calm and self-possessed than disemboweling my friends and family members. Here, for you. And she hands the knife to you, this large chef's knife. What do you do?
think she is very, very tempted to stab her, but that was not the plan. So instead, she will lean in very, very close, like just an inch from her face, and say, "Lady, I would love to see you try." And then I'm going to turn around and start running, hoping that she'll chase me to lead her to the trap.
To the trap. Yeah, it's
Um,
good. Yeah,
and
I
if
like
you
it.
agree, I think this might set up my what Nintendo don't, because I feel like that's very cocky.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I like it. Yeah, that's good. I think just to keep everybody in time and space here, this is happening as Sheriff Bill and Nathan are walking past that part of the hallway, so you can run down without having to run into them. I do want the night move, though. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
um, that I'm being arrogant and I can't actually win from a god.
You're gonna go if you're using your what Nintendo don't right now. You get a 12 plus.
12
So,
plus, yep.
Go ahead and describe how you lead her into the trap.
Yeah, I think like as I start running, she, like starts saying more of these things, trying to tempt Ashley. And I think Ashley is just frustrating her by just being very dismissive, being cocky, just being like, do you know that you actually like misplaced that glass on the episode? And like, just like really getting under her skin to make her chase her and forget everything as I burst through the door, where I believe we said the Reverend and the Juice people would be.
Oh, so they're there. Oh, they're in like one of the rooms.
I think so. Is that what we said, right?
Yeah, we can say they are. That's fine.
So that the ritual could take place as soon
Yeah,
as one of them
yeah,
is in
exactly.
there.
Yeah. She runs through the glass at first, and that causes her to like she kind of screams out, and she sort of falls out of her perfect like high heeled sort of shoes, and she's like, Ashley, what have I told you about leaving your things laying around? She's like stumbling through the hall with her feet bloody, her bloody stockings, shards of glass on her feet. And she says, I work so hard for you and for your brother and sister and your father. I do everything I can to make a perfect home for you. I do everything I can to be a responsible member of this community. I host potlucks for God's sake, even though I fucking hate the format. I go to church fundraisers. I helped the Girl Scouts of Degoya County raise more money than any other troop in the entire state. And what do I get? You leaving your things in the hall. There's a price to pay, Ashley. There's a price to pay. I didn't want it to come to this. And at this point, you're approaching the room.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she's backing you up into it. What
Yeah,
happens when you burst through the room?
I'll like lean against it. I'll pretend to like stumble and lean against the door like she's got me, right? And then I'll say, yeah, well, guess what? I've paid my price more often than you have any idea. And then like when she goes for me, I'll push the doorknob open. I like kind of tumble in. She goes flying over me. I get back up, push her in the middle of like a circle or a pentagram or whatever is in the room and say, good fucking luck with this one. She's a real bitch. And I'm gonna step out and put the read on.
Nice. I think we'll see what I'm not going to say what happens yet to them in that room. It may not be as easy as all that. But for now, Topher, are you going into the room where Casey and Leo are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You see the little boy from the Blam tape sitting there with Casey. And he looks up at you, his large, distended head, kind of like, it looks like it's almost like coming apart at the seams, like it's almost like something that wants to open up, like the eggs in Alien, right? and you just see like blood and brain matter oozing down his face. And he looks up at you and he says, I'm hungry.
Well, uh, uh, how about dinner and a movie? And pull out the VHS of Ninja Turtles.
And
Just come on over to the TV.
he gets
Oh,
up
it smells. Fuck.
and Casey's like, Topher, it's not polite.
It's not polite to show a guest a movie? Come on, Casey.
He's like, it's
Or to mention that he smells?
you shouldn't make him feel bad. It's not Leo's fault that he's the way he is.
No, but he could at least shower, okay? He could at least shower.
Hungry.
Come on, buddy. Let's just go watch some TV. It's okay. Come on. Oh.
You're going
Oh.
downstairs with Leo. Sheriff Bill turns around as the group coming out of that room. He's like, who's that? What's going on over there?
Oh, he looks at Nathan. Nathan looks at Sean so like numbly, like this man is out of it. He just goes, "Oh look, Leo's here."
That's Leo. He's one of them.
He's like, Leo, what? He's like, I think it's too dark for him to get a good look. But he's like, what's that smell? Jesus Christ.
I think that's Leo. Ooh.
And then he looks out the window and he's like, is that Dolores Rodenbecker? Out onto the street. He's like, oh no, no, she's not nearly as, she's too young to be Dolores, but what is she wearing? And if you look out the window, you'll see young Dolores Rodenbecker in her Glinda the Good Witch gown and crown. And she's got two people that she's like got her arms around. And Bill says, that's definitely Silas and Trinity Rodenbecker.
Sean's going to pull open the window and shout to Trinity and say, she's an agent, Trinity. Get away.
Dolores smiles and looks up from down the street, and she says, come out, wherever you are. And Trinity says, we can't move. She's doing something to us. We can't move.
Okay, I think now is a great time for me to ask what's about to happen.
She's going to kill Silas to show that she means business.
I think Nathan just looks at Sean and says, Sean, now go.
Fuck. Sean's going to grab one of his kettlebells and take off for the back door.
Nathan is going to bolt in the opposite direction, deeper into the house, because he feels like that if there's yet a party guest unaccounted for, and he knows that he is targeted by it.
Very good. Topher, you get Leo downstairs. When you turn around, Leo is chewing on Casey's arm. Casey's like, stop that, Leo. Hungry.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, let's, Casey, if you want to sit, like, in the chair over there and, don't look at the TV, by the way. Leo, come over here. Let's take a seat in front of the TV. Put in the VHS. Yeah. Don't.
Hungry.
I know. I'll get you.
Hungry.
You want Cocoa Puffs? We have Cocoa Puffs. Okay. All right, I'll go get you a bowl of Cocoa Puffs.
We have thumbtack
Here's
honey.
Topher's gonna go and get a bowl and put thumbtacks and honey in there and some Cocoa Puffs.
I mean, it's already above the door. You can just take it from above the door, and yeah.
Oh yeah. Here you go,
back door
buddy.
that didn't get used. Very good. Nathan, we're about to take a break, but before that, you hear in your ear, but also coming from all over. Oh, little pig, little pig. This is all just preamble. None of this matters. Do what thou wilt, because in the end, you still have to face me. And we'll take 5. Topher. Leo, because you're 12 plus, I'm letting you just do it. Leo's eating the honey, and the tacks are causing blood to flow from his mouth. He's coughing up blood, but he's just eating it, just shoving it into his mouth. And he's like, it hurts. It hurts. But I'm so hungry. If you're going to do something, Topher, you better do it quick.
Topher is going to peel their eyes away from that scene. I feel audibly almost, and just grab the VHS of the Haunted Ninja Turtles and put them in there. Start playing it. Here you go, buddy.
This is going to be the night move to banish Leo, the Great Hunger, also known as, what's he known as?
Just Leo, I think.
No, I think it was.
You don't have his name. That's right.
Because it's the
Yeah,
tape.
we don't have
yeah.
his name.
The tape, yeah.
The tape.
Well, night move. What do you think is going to happen if you fail?
Well, that the tape's just regular Ninja Turtles and that it's not going to do anything.
Indeed, and he's going to sate his hunger on the 3 of you.
Yeah, that tracks.
Please go ahead and roll with sensitivity, and I think because of found footage, I'm going to put you at disadvantage.
And I would like to use my Star Messenger virtual pet, specifically because it says that it is in the shape of a sparkling blue egg, so I'm going to offer it to Leo and be like, here you go, buddy, have some eggs with your honey.
So you're going to distract Leo. Very good. Please go ahead and roll regular dice plus sensitivity.
10.
Nice. Please go ahead and narrate the banishment of Leo.
I think that he starts to try and sing along the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song with his mouth full of thumbtacks and honey. It ends up coming just out more like, and as he's hits that final note, he just kind of starts melting into this puddle of whatever it is that was flowing out of him in the tape, and the puddle seeps into the couch, and then the couch starts melting into the floor into like this puddle of acidic goo that then falls again through the floor deeper and deeper, almost all the way to what you might assume is the center of the earth before the carpet just rolls back up over it.
Ashley.
Oh, we got a good deal on the couch.
Ashley, the situation with Paula Palmer, you hear dueling rituals going on behind the closed door. I think this is like the rec room that they're in.
Mhm.
You hear the folks from Fifth Dimension, they're saying things like, All right, ma'am. Sister, can we call you sister? We're all children of the same Mother Earth, after all. We're going to begin with a chakra cleansing exercise. So go ahead and just take a deep breath. That's right. Take a deep breath. I'm going to go ahead and pass this quartz crystal over your body, and we're going to hum a harmonic Om. Om. Ow. Ow. And then slam. Something gets slammed against the door. There's a panicked shriek, and you hear Father Rogelio. The power of Christ compels you. He's doing the whole, he's doing the whole thing. And you can hear Father Rogelio clashing with whatever this thing is in there. They're doing their best, but it doesn't sound like it's going super great. Ashley, what do you do?
All right. Yeah, in that case, I think she'll say, right, of course, never goes easy. And then I think she very quickly, like, one hand on the doorknob, one hand on the wreath, she like, actually, I think she'll leave it in because she can enter the door, doesn't matter to her. So she'll leave it on, and she's going to very quickly enter and see where she can help.
When you go inside, you see that a number of the fifth dimension people have been eviscerated, disemboweled, their guts all over the fucking place. Father Rogelio is currently trying to hold back Paula Palmer, or the creature that you believe is Paula Palmer. It is in fact an enormous insectoid thing with like 8 legs. It's enormous. It has big, like, kind of bladed forearms, sort of like a praying mantis. But it's got a head that's like Demogorgon, the Stranger Things Demogorgon, like the toothy mouth, and it's just hissing and snapping. And Father Rogelio's like desperately trying to like keep one of these like bladed arms away from his face, and he's holding up his cross ineffectually. I would like the night move first to keep your nerve here. What do you afraid is going to happen if you don't?
I think she will hear the door, and first she'll get the father, and then I'll be in there alone with her.
It's worse than that. Father Rogelio and the rest of the fifth dimension will be killed, and you will have to face her alone then. Please go ahead and roll with... It's still... I think it's composure.
Okay. That is Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
So a 3 total.
She plunges the blade into Father Rogelio's neck, and there's just a gout of blood. And then, quick as lightning, she just slings, like these like bladed forearms around. She's skittering around the room, and she's just slicing up the members of the fifth dimension. And then she leaps, tackles you, smashes up against the door, shatters the door in the wreath, and you both tumble. You go tumbling into the hall. You land on the glass. That's not great. And she's now looming over you, her sort of vaguely serpentine, toothy mawed head, and she just says, I have spent eons waiting for an opportunity to feed not just myself, but to feed all of the ancient host beneath the earth. You will make an inadequate offering, but we have to start somewhere.
Hey,
Oh,
Jason,
Ashley.
can I mark a key?
Turn a key, yes you can.
Yes, please.
You can turn a key. Instead, you're going to be injured as she lashes out at you, but you will otherwise save Father Rogelio and be able to take another action. What does it look like?
I think what it looks like is Ashley having the knife, having not a lot of other options. She's just going to straight up go for her, like lounge at her back and try to stab the knife in her eye.
Nice. Father Rogelio scampers to safety, And he says, the Grand Hostess, the Grand Hostess. Yes, yes. That's what you said the name was, right? The Grand Hostess?
Yes. Quick.
You get to do the move with advantage because of Father Rogelio. Go ahead and roll with, I think it's Vitality, actually.
All right. What's my vitality?
What do you think is going to happen if you fail?
I think sort of the same thing, that
It's-
she's, gonna eat me.
Yeah, it's worse than that. She will then go stalking Sean and Nathan.
Yeah. A 10 with advantage. Thank God for advantage.
Very good. Please go ahead and describe how Paula Palmer is banished.
Yeah, I think we see, and I think I'll do my key sort of in this as this is happening. We see Ashley is going for her back. She's like lounging on like this chokehold, even though her arm is just dripping blood from this insectoid, that this skin that is piercing hers. She just keeps stabbing, keeps distracting it as Father Agelio like holds up the crucifix and starts chanting Pater Nostra, Caelum Est, the Latin chanting, and then says, I banish you to the realm where you belong, Grand Hostess. I banish you to the realm where you belong, Grand Hostess. And she just starts screaming and screaming as instead of blood, when Ashley like pulls out a knife, 1,000, 1,000,000 little insects just chitter, just fly. And then she falls apart, not in blood, not in viscera, but in insects. And for a moment swallow Ashley whole and then just fall to dust. But I think from Ashley's perspective, what we see is that first time that the knife goes in, we see her in her room. It's dark. She's asleep. She's a child. She has like a cute little pink nightgown on. But there's a noise downstairs that shouldn't be happening at this point in the night. It's 2, 3 a.m., very late. She goes downstairs, curious to see what it is. A child not expecting danger. And she sees her mother standing there. Mom? Mom, put down the knife. What are you doing? And her mom turns around and says, I'm sorry, darling. I really am, but this is the only way. Oh, sweetheart, you were supposed to be asleep. How were you up? I gave you... And she kind of glances at the medicine cabinet, at the lemonade still on the table. And she says, I didn't feel well and I heard a noise. Mom, put down the knife. I'm scared. She says, I'm sorry, sweetie. But it's the only way to cleanse you. There's something inside you that just isn't right. And I'm your mother. I need to make you good. I need to take it out. Come here, sweetie. Come here. But Ashley is afraid and she doesn't go. Sweetie, I said, come here. And her mom reaches for her. And Ashley, afraid, starts running. Her mom grabs her ankles. She smacks through the floor. She breaks a tooth. There's blood all over. She says, Mom, I don't want to. Mom, I don't want to. And she tries to crawl away, but her mom is upon her, a knife in her hand. She says, I'm so sorry, sweetie. You were supposed to be asleep, but it's the only way. And she brings down a knife. Ashley manages to twist her body so it's just in her shoulder. She screams in agony. She doesn't understand what's happening. She just keeps apologizing. I'll be good, Mom. I'm really sorry. I'll be better. I'll be good. I know, I'm so sorry. And she takes the knife out, goes again. And this time Ashley manages to twist her body. And then, as if by miracle, her mom is put from her as her father is standing there saying, what the fuck? Maria, that's your daughter. What are you doing? And she just looks at them and says, it's the only way. It's the only way. And then he says, what is that smell? What the? And we see her mother reaching for a lighter. She says, You were all supposed to be asleep. And she lights it, drops to the floor as the building starts catching fire. Her dad picks up Ashley, starts running, just running for it. He's not trying to talk to his wife anymore. But she gets them again, and he hits his head really hard. He goes down. His eyes go pale and blank as he just stares. And once again, she goes for Ashley, but she drops the knife. And having no more weapons, she decides to just go for it. Hands around Ashley's throat. They struggle. Ashley twists and twists and goes limp, her hand reaching out. And then right before everything goes dark, her hand catches the knife. And in a pure primal instinct to stay alive, she takes the knife and plunges it right in her mother's eye. As she goes down, her father wakes up, catches her, and then we cut to outside. The building is burning. Ashley soaked in blood, her own, her mother's, her father's. And her father is just saying, "Sweetie, okay, I need you to look at me. Nothing happened today, okay? Just, you don't have to remember this. Your mother was very ill, and she did a terrible thing, and you did nothing, okay? Tell me you don't remember. Tell me you don't remember." He says, I heard Mom. No, tell me you don't remember. If anybody asks, you don't remember. And he keeps talking like that until eventually Ashley says, I don't remember. Says, good. Good girl. Now let's go.
Sean, you see Dolores Rodenbecker. Well, Nathan says now, right? Do you jump out the window? What do you do? How do you get down there in a hurry?
I hadn't thought about jumping out the window. But yeah, maybe there's a lower section of the
Like an
roof
overhang or
below.
something. Yeah.
And he'll just jump down and then jump to the ground.
Let's do the night move with vitality. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
It will be really hard to deal with the Great Hungers with a broken leg.
Indeed. And also Silas and Trinity will be dead and Dolores will be in the house. Please go ahead and roll with vitality.
I don't think I have anything that can reasonably help me here. That's 14? 14.
Wow. Okay, good. I think as you jump down, you're there. And the bonus is I'll let you save Trinity and Silas. But basically, when you get down there, Dolores, her mouth is opening wide like a snake, like a cottonmouth snake. It's just like stretching and stretching. And it's stretching wide. You can see that Silas and Trinity are starting to flicker. They're starting to flicker and pixelate. And Dolores says, through her strangely stretched mouth, "Don't you worry one jot, little ones. Where you're going, you'll get to live forever. That's the beauty of the silver screen. We are immortal." And they're just like flickering and screaming. And their screaming is occasionally like it's not a continuous noise because they're flickering in and out. How do you save them?
Well, I mentioned that I grabbed a kettlebell. Sean's going to just rush up and overhead smack it down. Try to hit Dolores with the kettlebell.
You can. She goes reeling back. Trinity and Silas run to safety. Maybe some deputies like intervene and kind of grab Trinity and Silas. Sheriff Bill is also right behind you. And he's like, "I don't know what's going on." And he runs up to Dolores and he's like, "Dolores Rodenbecker, you're under arrest." And he pulls out his gun. And Dolores looks up and like half her face is caved in from the kettlebell. And she looks up and she says, Daddy, oh, Daddy. Daddy, I told you I'd do better. I told you, Daddy. I don't want to work on the ranch, Daddy. I've got dreams. I've got big dreams, Daddy. I'm going to be a star. And at this point, she's like rising up above Sheriff Bill, floating. And she just like opens her mouth again, and there's just this torrent of white static that's just like coming out of her, almost like a cone, and it's just engulfing Sheriff Bill. What do you do?
Going to try and shove Bill out of the way and just point blank shot with that sawed off shotgun.
Indeed. What are you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
I'll get eaten.
It's worse than that. So, Sheriff Bill, indeed, you will get to live together forever in the pure white signal. Go ahead and roll with sensitivity, and yeah, let's see how it goes.
Does the shotgun give me advantage here?
I don't, it's not. Is it actually in your corner of the house?
Oh, no, I guess it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
All right, sensitivity 5.
Sheriff Bill, it's like the Thanos snap, except it's pixelated. He's like, he looks at you and he says, ah, as like this white static's engulfing him. He looks at you and he says, Sean, I remember you now. It's all coming back to me. I remember, Sean. I remember, Sean, Sean, you, and he just blinks out of existence. Dolores is on the ground again. Don't worry. We all get to be stars in our own time, Daddy. And
I think I'd like to turn a key.
Indeed. Oh, I gotta give you a good complication here. I think that the complication, you will save Sheriff Bill. We'll keep it simple. You save Sheriff Bill, but Dolores gets away.
Can I actually rewind a little bit and use my bonus ability instead?
What does that do?
Next time Latchkeys are facing grave harm, you can avoid it by narrating how a previously non-existent
escape.
door
Yep.
appears.
I'll let you do that. That's fine. If you turn the key, I'll let you do that.
Okay, yep, I'd like to push Bill and myself through that door.
Right. Sounds good. Describe your escape.
When the static starts enveloping Bill, and Bill's eyes widen, and he doesn't quite get any words out yet, Sean sees in that static a strange pixelated 8-bit shape, an arch, a door, and he recognizes it from his time in Zagreus, and he drops the kettlebell and just tackles Bill, sending the both of them through the door past the static.
Nice. Dolores is not heard from again. At least not tonight. Paula Palmer is banished. Leo is banished. That leaves just one more great hunger. An indeterminate amount of time passes. And the four of you, just the four of you, find yourself walking side by side. A moonlit night. You're not in Deep Lake. There are trees everywhere for starters. And there's fog rolling all around. You're in some kind of neighborhood. It looks like you've stepped back in time, and it definitely doesn't look like New Mexico. You see horse-drawn carriages clopping by. You see people with bustle dresses and top hats roaming around the streets. And this one street that you're on, that you're coming upon, all the houses are dark but one, which has candles lit in the windows. And you hear a voice. I'm very sorry for the venue change. I prefer... I would rather face you. I would rather face you in hunting grounds I'm familiar with. I have had many names over the years. I have been called Great Hunger. I have been called the Wolf of Bone, Lord of Shadow, he who walks the mists, Mr. Big Bad, the Wolf King. I have many names. You have to come find me now. I'll give you a clue where. And indeed, there's a house, the only large house on this street that has lights in the windows, and you know that's where he's at. What do you do?
So
Well,
I guess it's time for us to put an end to this then. I had a lot of time to think about him.
him? Like,
Him.
oh,
Not God,
Oh.
Topher. Not no.
okay,
no.
my bad. I've been hanging with it's fine. Keep
Are
going.
you born again? Or is that
No,
what's
keep
happening
going.
here?
No, keep going. I didn't mean to interrupt your monologue.
I wasn't preparing a mod. Okay. Anyway. I don't know a lot, but I do know that he is something, no pun intended, big. He's very dangerous. I think he might be. I don't know. I saw a lot of things with the big man today. I don't think we had the time to explore all the possibilities. Just
No matter what he is, he threatened my home. Our home. He's not getting away with that.
fuck yeah. Okay, cool.
Made me give up my mom's scarf, so that's got me pretty peeved personally.
Fucking rude.
I mean, like, I'm projecting some issues. He really hasn't done anything specifically to me other than be from a bad cartoon. But it's fine. I feel a little inadequate comparatively to what everyone else has been through, but otherwise I think we're good to go.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And I think Ashley will start marching towards the house.
Sean's right there with her.
Topher and Mr. W are trucking along.
Okay, fuck it, we ball.
The people on the streets don't even seem to notice you. There is a boy, though, who does. He looks just like a filthy Oliver Twist type little boy. And he says, I wouldn't go in there.
Why not, kid?
That's the home of the Wolf King.
The home of the Wolf King? Yeah, I figured. So what does that mean?
Death and destruction. Murder.
Okay. What's the address?
And the door just opens.
Oh, welcoming. Okay, thanks, kid.
Ashley will go in first, if only so that her friend Topher and those other two guys don't have to do it first.
When you step inside, you see a very lit with just a few candles. It's quite dark. A very sumptuous entry hallway. There's a large staircase that goes up to a higher floor. There's a staircase that goes down as well. There's a beautiful sort of like Persian rug runner and grand mirrors and portraiture. You hear the voice again. I took the liberty of inviting some old friends of mine. Come on in, little pigs. Little pigs, little pigs. I've let you in. Be sure to close the door behind you.
Don't you just face us, Gowart?
Of course. I would and I could, but that wouldn't be very fun. I prefer the occasional amusement. And you hear a twanging noise from up above, and a creaking, and a snap as an enormous iron chandelier plummets down atop you all. What do you do? Who's going to try to save everybody here?
I think I'm gonna do something weird. Why not? I think. Okay. I have Abigail's book on occult rites. Is it possible that in also in my time with the big man's like weird cave, Nathan suddenly does like magic, like some sort of like old like protection thing that he learned from the caveman, like the cave walls of like some of like a ancient like thing?
In a pinch, I guess so. Yeah.
I guess that's
If
Hey,
you were
Alex,
willing to
hey
make
Ben,
you want to make this more interesting?
always.
I saw you die doing this while in Zagreus.
Yeah, I'll do it anyway.
Oh, what's the rule here? I'll put up.
So when you're getting ready to take an action that will require a die roll, I can warn them that Zagreus predicted their death, and if they take this action, we'll both mark XP. But if you fail, you are dead. That's that.
The 6 minus conditions becomes you are dead.
Love that for me.
I still have to ask the question. What do you think is going to happen if you fail?
That the chandelier is gonna kill us all. Like it's gonna crush us.
Yeah, I think it's worse than that. I think that Mr. Big Bad will go and finish the job back at Rodenbecker Street with all of you out of the way. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
big roll here. Sensitivity, since you're going to invoke arcane forces, we guess. Please go ahead and...
I was in a cave today.
You are marked by Mr. Big Bad, so take that roll at disadvantage, please.
I will mark Abigail's checked out library book on occult rites to mitigate that.
Very good.
Just to roll flat. Boxcars, 12.
Nice. Describe how you defend against. Seems like a big move just to defend against a falling chandelier, but do tell us how it goes.
Yeah, but also, why not? Actually, I mean, I this might get like pretty weird, and I'm down with this. I think as it falls, like I think we see each latchkey has their own like close-up shot of, oh, what are they about to do? Like, what action are they going to leap into? And it's almost like in slow-mo, like Nathan's eyes kind of go wide and we see like flashes of like pictographs and like old like cave paintings and carvings, arcane occult symbols, pages that depict this wolf god demon thing. And we actually see that Nathan like acting almost entirely on impulse, like not really at the driver's seat, like pushes his way past Sean, past Ashley, past Topher, all behind them as he just like looks up. And I think this is the loudest you've ever heard him. His voice has rarely ever been, even him and Ashley fighting in the car so long ago was never like that loud. But his like voice like almost like booms out as he says a word that I don't think anyone can truly understand what's being said. It feels old and ancient, and it feels very like coming from deep within, very like animalistic almost, just like this like reactionary thing that causes the chandelier to just like break away into just like stardust and just like crumble around their feet, kind of coating them. Nathan drops to his knees, kind of overwhelmed by the shock of what just happened. And then I think in the dust in front of him sees a vision of the big man, remembers the cave, remembers things in the book, remembers writings about this entity specifically. And his hand like very quickly, almost like it's operating of its own will, not controlled by him, draws something in like the new like dust covering the ground, this weird symbol of triangles and lines, cuneiform or something even older, who knows. It's weird looking. When he draws that, I think it's gonna like, I don't know if Jason allows it, like it's not just the chandelier, it's now going to throw this whole thing for a loop of really shatter this thing's preferred hunting ground and put us in territory that we now have the advantage in. It was a powerful ward that caught it off guard.
We'll say you're in caves.
Sure.
Caves in the desert, somewhere underground. Well played, little pig. It's good to know that there are people in your generation who are still able to pay attention to the signs. I feared I would not find this hunt to be satisfying, but you have allayed my concerns adequately. I regret to inform you all that I have invited an old friend of mine, even here, a little pig of my own. And you hear the scraping of metal against the stone. You see coming around the corner a person wearing a Hampton character costume, and they're dragging a knife that's as big as your leg, dragging it on the ground. He and I go way back. And Hampton, his manic pig smile gleaming in the dim light coming from holes in the ceiling, says, "There are only two states of being. A pig... are you going to be a piglet, suckling at the teat of the great Hesau, swollen and happy? Or will you be food for the trough? Come, I will grind up your blood and bones for the slop." And Hampton rushes, raises the blade, and gets ready to bring it down on Topher. What do you do?
I think that Topher is going to basically get down on their knees and try and just trip Hampton with their body.
Night move. What do you afraid is going to happen if you fail?
Well, that he's just going to simply slow down and chop their head off.
Indeed. And then he will turn his attention to Ashley. Go ahead and roll with vitality.
All right.
And I'm going to put you at disadvantage because of perplexed.
For sure.
Hampton should not be roaming around in caves.
He should not be. I would like to put on Adafoy's bull mask and
Oh.
just, I think that it will give them sort of like that confidence that they need to be able to just do this very well. And also, Bull's notable for being obstinate and not wanting to do things. So I think embodying the bull and just standing the fuck still, pretty good call.
Does Topher do the thing where like they drag their foot against the ground like a bull with its hoof for a second?
Yes,
Like-
absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. Roll 2
Mr.
dice.
W mimics them.
2 dice vitality.
9.
Very good. Hampton, you duck down. I'm going to give you bruised as a condition. Oh, you've already got 3, so you might as well mark a crown or turn a key and bump it to a 10.
Back to the chromatic desert we go.
Hampton goes falling, tumbles, rolls, drops his big blade. Ashley, what do you do to finish off Hampton?
I think Ashley I think she like genuinely forgot that memory that I narrated. So that's like very fresh in her mind and fucking her up really bad. And by instinct, reliving trauma, she goes straight for the eye once again, just plunging it in, I think deep enough for part of her hand to like squelch and sink into the eye as it's more like a stab and a punch at the same time until she pulls out her whole hand.
Yeah, out of the mask, right? Like the big like head. Yeah, that's great. And Hampton twitches, and he is dead.
Topher looks at him and says, "How's about some sausages, yeah?"
Topher. You can feel Mr. Big Bad behind you. You can feel him curling up behind you. You can see shadowy tendrils, tentacles even, swimming in and around you. You can hear him. He says, "Oh, little pigs. I didn't think it would come to this, a direct confrontation. But I see that I have no choice in the matter. Go now. Bring them to me. Lead them here in whatever way you are able. Let them come. Let them see me in my fullness. And let's blow their houses down." We will end our session there. No dawn phase yet. Let's go straight to stars and wishes.
I need a moment. Whoever's got
Yeah,
something.
my wish, we keep going.
Right, for real.
Yeah, I agree with
Stars, I think, for all of the like planning and trap building. I think that was really fun. I really enjoyed. I'm big fan of the honey tax and the honey, and I also really enjoyed Ashley going and talking to Emily and be like, "Hey, I need to get some witchy stuff going. You want to help out?" And she's like, "I don't know what you're talking about, but sure." Like, what a real ride or die, Emily. I also quite enjoyed the scene between Ashley and Sean with the mug, and like, it wasn't a scene with Nathan, but it was definitely for me because I was looking directly at you the whole time, a scene with Alex because you were dying that entire time. It was so very funny to watch your face.
I feel bullied.
I
And you
told you I
should.
would take revenge, and I did.
And yeah, it's so great. Stars as well for I really love how the hungers were played. It's just so fucking good, and huge star Jason for having them try to run courts over Paula to try and satiate her, I guess. That was really funny and really unfortunate for them. Loved that. And yeah, wishes to keep going, as well as now that Topher's in the Chromatic Desert again, we can see their custom moves start going. So I'm excited for that as well.
Any more stars and wishes?
This was intense. This was great. Star to Jazzy for that mask. Star to Steph for, I just loved the interactions trying to deal with Leo as more of a child. That was a great way to handle it. I really loved the way that Jason and Alex, the way you brought Nathan back from the desert. That was a good scene. I love the incessant needling about Treasure Planet. And yeah, just all the monsters, the Great Hungers were great and creepy and weird and just pitch perfect. The way that Bill almost got eaten, and the just, that was a dirty move there, making him remember at the last second. Yeah, good times. Wish to kill a wolf.
Yeah, stars, I guess. I've been a ball of anxiety this entire session, so it's all collapsing around me. I'm exhausted. Yeah, no, I loved I really loved watching like Sean kick things into action with Dolores. It's kind of like a general star. Just I love that everyone was dealing with kind of great horror in their own way. And getting to see like Topher with Leo, and then the whole scene with Paula turning into a giant bug thing fighting Ashley was rad as hell. That scene was super cool. Yeah, obviously star to the insane key prompt that Jazzy gave us. Holy shit. Lived up to the expectation of how terrible it was going to be. I got to star Jason for the very very good seeding of other concepts into the Mr. Big Bad encounter, because I think I caught more than a few references of some things happening here, which is very cool. Yeah, no, Topher's whole interaction with Leo was creepy as hell. Leo just gets to me on such a deep level. I don't know why. He's the one great hunger that really fucks with me. That scene was great. The thumbtacks really freaked me out. It's great. Yeah, just everything was so cool. Wish, well, I know what mystery we have available to us now. So I'm very excited to possibly get to that. Two, can we have like a normal day? Just like one normal day? One day where we can just get pizza and talk about our feelings? No, it was awesome. Yeah. So I'm just looking forward to keep going.
I mean, my wish is just incoherent screaming noises, but to like actually say something useful. I really love like how soothing Sean was to Ashley, and like in how Sean it was to just be like very pragmatic and like, hey, we're gonna put this mug back together. We're gonna get Nathan back. It's all fine. Like that was such like such a Sean way to go about it, which was so nice. Also, just my OTP got me through this. Every single Bill and Sean scene kept me alive. They're so good. I love them. I love every single interaction between them. For Topher, yeah, I loved the way that you dealt with Leo. Also like putting on the bull mask. I thought that was very creative and super fun, and just like kind of channeling the inner bull. That was really fun. For Alex, really love like Nathan, how he returned and then just being like, fuck you, Elliot. Like that was such a deep primal fuck you that needed to be released. It was so good. And I also just really love that instinctual tension between Ashley and Nathan. Like just that, oh, this is Nathan, and like, oh, and then you like immediately going with it, like, oh, this is bad. It's not fixed because I'm back. It's maybe even worse now. So I thought that was very fun. For Jason, yeah, I loved all the hungers. The tension was super real throughout the whole game. Like it never let up. It was so good. I really loved that like Paula was like trying to convince Ashley. Like the others was just straight up like, I'm gonna fight you, you're gonna die. But then Paula was like, no, Ashley, you're also a great hunger, which I think plays in so well with Ashley's themes and everything. So I thought that was a super fun approach. And then Ashley kind of like bluffing her way out of it. And then it all building up to like that mask, like very stressful because a part of me was convinced that we were not allowed to turn keys, that you were like gonna drop that on us. It's like a special rule. So I was like, it's Snake Eyes. And I was like, this is it. This is how I die. But then I was like, oh, I mean, that also would have been great. But like the big reveal during the home invasion that Ashley's big trauma was a home invasion of her own mom. Like this is the moment. So that was really fun to see that set up. For wishes, I want some more Ashley Topher action. I feel like that's been a while since we've seen those two together, and seeing how Topher is kind of the only one that I like fully remember, I feel like it would be fun to see them together again. I want that conversation with Nathan, but also I 100% do not want that conversation with Nathan because I don't know if it's gonna end well, and I'm stressed. And I'm very excited to see how literally remembering what she remembered is going to affect Ashley, because she's not doing good at all. So that will be fun to see.
Yeah, really fun session. Stars for yeah, I thought Nathan's return from the Chromatic Desert was it was just so Nathan. And like it was, just very like Nathan's way of returning from the Chromatic Desert. It was really terrific. Very well played. I was happy to be able to do the Treasure Planet thing just to kind of and Elliot
It's
as
a
well.
true story. It's true.
Yeah, it's overall just really, really fun. And the sort of, and I also kind of really enjoyed just this idea of like, okay, I know you don't know who I am, but these two guys know who I am, and it's all, and trust me, we got to go fight. Like it was just very like, the time pressure was interesting, the way all that kind of unfurled. Love all the scenes with Bill and Sean, really, really great fun. It was that's been just an ongoing thread that's been really entertaining to pull on and play with. That key that Jazzy narrated was terrific, really, really something. And I loved this like continuing thing with like Topher and the kids. And it was really fun that like Leo was like the third kid and we got to handle Leo in that way. I did not foresee that there was going to be this like tape that would allow you to suck one of them into it, right? That was a really great, like, well, star for that, by the way. Star for just the plan was really cool. The planning and the plan. But once that was a thing that I knew we were going to have, that was going to be happening, it suddenly became clear to me that like, oh yeah, I kind of like the idea of like Leo's still a kid ultimately. You know, he's a kid and he should be played like a kid. And he's a great hunger kid, but he's a kid. And so it was really fun because I think it just kind of echoed or kind of bookended a lot of stuff that's been happening with Topher anyway in the campaign with Elliot and Casey. And so it was kind of fun to get Leo in the mix there. Really, just I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun taking you all to Victorian London. I had a lot of fun taking you to the caves, and I'm excited to see what is going to happen next time. We do have a couple weeks off because of scheduling, but we'll be back in July. But will you be facing off against Mr. Big Bad right now? Will it be a later thing? Like, I don't know, but we'll figure it out. I'm curious to know what Mr. Big Bad's, I mean, I know, but I'm curious to reveal, I guess, or wish to reveal what Mr. Big Bad's role is in the broader story. And yeah, there was just a lot to really love about this session. It felt good. It felt really action packed, but also it still had that like kind of like those character moments and humor at times, and also heartache at times. And so all that just came off really well. Very happy with it. Any other stars or wishes? Okay, then we're going to be on break for a little bit, but we will be back in July with the rest of the campaign. Let's wave goodbye. Bye.